If you use copy to trigger this one tiny little part of the brain, your audience will take action. Welcome to the CopyFirst channel, where I share copywriting secrets that will help you grow your online business. If you are a freelance copywriter or a content creator or an online business owner of any kind, this video is for you, because I'm going to break down the very simple brain science behind buying, the psychology of how to get people to take action. I'm going to show you the one tiny part of the brain that your copy needs to trigger in order to get your audience to tap the link, add to cart, comment a keyword, join the list, whatever action you want them to take. This is the core of all successful sales. If you do not understand this concept, you are going to struggle to get traction in your business because you won't be able to get people to take action. But when you do understand this concept, like you will at the end of this video, you will be able to use your ads or your emails, your sales pages, your social media captions to propel people into action and get them to do exactly what you want. Let's dive in. It all starts right here with these three basic parts of the brain. Now, only one of these, it actually clicks the buy now button. So if you want to sell stuff, that's the part that you need to activate. And that's what we're going to talk about how to do in this video. So there are three parts. We got the limbic brain, we have the reptilian or lizard brain, and three, we have the cerebral cortex. Okay. I want to start with the limbic brain, the emotional part of the brain. Now, this is the part that sets everything into motion. Every action that your customer takes ultimately begins right here. This is the part of the brain that says, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel scared, I feel guilt or shame, I feel hopeful. These feelings are so overwhelming for our nervous system that they trigger our survival mode, which activates part number two, the lizard brain. Now, the lizard brain is our instinctual part of the brain. Its whole job is to just keep us alive. So it is constantly on the lookout for danger or uncomfortable feelings. So you may have heard of the fight or flight response. That happens right here. The lizard brain does whatever it needs to do in order to avoid pain, seek comfort, find safety, and ultimately survive. To put it simply, it's kind of like a little baby saying, please make me feel better, which is why you need to focus all of your copy, all of the words that you write to your audience on activating this lizard brain above all else, because this is actually the part that makes us take action and ultimately hit add to cart. It is only then, once we have put our credit card details in and parted with our hard-earned money, that third part of the brain is activated, the cerebral cortex. This is the rational or the thinking part of the brain. This is what you think that you make your buying decisions with. You think you use logic, but the truth is you don't. This is the part of the brain. It really only kicks in to justify the decisions that we have already made. That's why we say things like, well, I really needed a new one of those, or the more I buy, the more I save, or I'm going to wear it 100 times at least. It's really only $10 per wear. This is really the root of all girl math or man math. So how do you apply this brain science to your ads, your emails, and your social media posts? Let's break that down too. First things first, you need to stir up very strong emotions. The easiest way to do that is to agitate the pain points or to drive in the knife, because fear and pain are going to activate that lizard part of the brain the fastest and with the most strength. So a great example of this would be if you have ever seen advertising for charities like animal shelters, for example. They will spend the first few minutes of the commercial showing really depressing, upsetting images of animals who are in desperate need. So why do they do that? Because if you can agitate those negative feelings, like feelings of sadness or guilt, people will pull out their wallets, because that is activating the lizard part of the brain. But it doesn't always have to be negative or fear-based. You can also stir up really positive emotions like hope by painting a picture of a future that they desperately want. So for example, a breakfast cereal that starts with a really strong image of a very happy family enjoying time together, a perfect family, right? It inspires your audience to feel hopeful that they can have that too. The bottom line is that the first step to instigating any action is to use your copy to make me feel something very strongly. This will activate the lizard part of the brain to start looking for a solution. That's when you move into step 2 and you present them your solution to either help them run away from danger or towards comfort. You can do this by painting your solution as a fast, easy relief from the pain and suffering that they are currently feeling, or as the best path towards the safety and security that they are craving. So at this point now, they would have hit the buy now button and they would have made their purchase, and it is your job to think about that third part of the brain. This is where you need to keep that cerebral cortex convinced that this was in fact a good idea. Because remember, the cerebral cortex is just trying to justify the decision, the action that was just taken. So you have to reinforce that decision. That's why you say congratulations on the thank you page and in the emails, and you constantly are repeating, you just made a really smart decision. This will reduce buyer's remorse and ultimately returns. The bottom line is that all purchases are emotional decisions. So the job of your ad or your email, your social media caption, your sales page, whatever copy you are writing, is to activate ultimately this lizard part of the brain. It's like the button in the brain that will get people to take the action that you want. And you want them to take urgent action. So the more emotional you can make your audience, the more urgent that action is going to be taken. This is actually just one of 10 pillars of persuasion that I teach. All good ads, emails, getting anybody to take action online really comes back to these 10 principles of writing good copy. So if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe. I'm going to release videos on all 10 of these pillars. And if you're looking for more in-depth training or exclusive content, freebies, templates, that kind of stuff, just hit the link below. I have a private email list that is totally free for you to join. So please comment below. Let me know if this video was helpful or how you use this information in your online business. And I will see you in the next video.